Welcome to your unit exam after school review. We're going to be covering part 1 of our AP classroom, maybe double part 2, but we'll see by the end. So I've got the questions. I asked students what they want to cover, and we're going to start with question number 1 right here. So question number 1 has our levels cleanup, total cost, and total benefit. Guys, when you see total cost or total benefit, what should you probably be thinking about calculating? Marginal cost, marginal benefit. Though, like, it's almost asking you right away to do that. And the question says, which is socially optimal? Well, socially optimal will be where?
Marginal cost equals marginal.
Marginal cost equals marginal benefit. So if we go ahead and do a quick freeze frame here and we start calculating our marginal benefit. So we've got, marginal benefit would be here. It's going to be 45 and that'll be 35. And that'll be 25, and this is 15, and this, 20. Whoops. And this will be 15. 20, there we go. Okay. Then over here we have our cost of cleanup. So if we go marginal cost of cleanup, we got null here, then it's going to be 7, 30, and honestly, let's talk about how to do this a lot faster. This is going to be, look, this is going to be 50 plus. In fact, it's going to be 55, but it's irrelevant. You don't have to do the whole thing. You just have to do it until marginal cost equals marginal benefit. So let's look at the first one. Should we do it? 45 benefits for 7 costs. Do it or don't do it?
Do it.
Do it. Next one, 35 benefits for 30 costs. Do it or don't do it?
Do it.
25 benefits for 55 costs.
Don't do it.
So what's the socio-optimal amount?
2.
So does the word socially just not really mean anything?
Socially optimal, it's going to mean a lot more when we get into unit 6. But socio-optimal, if they just said optimal, there you go. That's going to be it. So it's optimal for society, which in most cases is the same as optimal for the market. Sound good, guys? Okay, so we'll move on. The next one you guys wanted to cover was number 2. All right, so number 2, which of the following is of a good is not scarce? Something is scarce if there's what?
Limited amount.
No.
If there's not enough to distribute to everyone at no cost.
Right, not enough to meet everyone's wants at no cost. You guys got it? So not just limited amount, everything is a limited amount. But which is not scarce? Consumer giving up nothing to obtain more of a good? No. That's gross. All right, consumer can purchase as much of a good as they want at its current market price. They're still given things. Is situation of good? Yeah, A is weird, so I'm just but I don't like it. Situation not good. Large quantities of good are available in the marketplace. No. There's a surplus of the good. Is the good still scarce?
Yes.
Yes. Surpluses don't mean lack of scarcity. It just means at that price, there's more available than people want to buy. But to buy means they must give up. There is a cost. And there's a shortage. Yeah, clearly scarcity. So consumers give up nothing to obtain more of a good. Yeah, I guess by definition, that means they're getting it at what?
No
cost. So there's nothing to give up. Therefore, no scarcity. It's not a great answer, but it's definitely the best. Is that good enough for you guys?
Yeah.
All right. We will move on to question number 4. Cindy and Martin both sew t-shirts in a small factory. Using the same resource, Martin can sew 12 shirts and Cindy can sew 9. Given that information, Martin has the absolute advantage, and therefore he can produce a good at a lower cost. Now, we don't know what the opportunity cost is, so it's a tricky one. So with only this information, let's see, Martin has a higher opportunity cost of sewing t-shirts than Cindy does. We don't know that. Cindy has comparative advantage of sewing shirts. We also don't know that. Martin has comparative advantage of sewing shirts. Probably, but we don't know compared to whether they're good. Martin has absolute advantage, yeah, because he makes more. That's absolute advantage. That one definitely is right. You guys got it? Questions? All right, we'll move on to number 6. All right, Brazil, Spain, hours of labor. Now first, are they making corn and shoes or are they making hours?
If you can corn juice.
What are hours? Can you make an hour? Can you
No.
produce an hour?
No.
So what is an hour?
Opportunity.
An input. This is an input PPF. Do you guys remember covering these? And I said the best way to answer them is to turn it into a what? An output PPF, the one you've always done. So I said find that least common multiple. What number do they all go into evenly? That's the smallest. Okay, you guys don't know what a least common multiple is. You're going to tell me 12 goes into 2 evenly? 24. Okay, so make it a 24-hour day and see how much they can produce in a 24-hour day. So we go ahead and say 24 hours. How much corn can Brazil make? 12. Spain can make how much corn?
6.
Spain can make 2 shoes, and Brazil can make 3. That's your output now. Solve. Question says, what pattern of international trade? Well, here's the thing. Brazil has a comparative advantage in both, but which one is Brazil the best at? Shoes or corn?
Corn.
Brazil's going to make corn, trade with Spain for shoes. So whatever that answer is, Brazil will export both. No, Brazil will export, said corn. Spain will export both. No, mutually. Brazil will export corn and import shoes. There it is. Do you guys get this one? Turn it into an output graph, make a least common multiple, make it a work day, then show how much output works in each day.
How do we know, if whether or not it's an input or output?
Because you can't make hours. Like, are they producing goods and services, or are they consuming inputs to make a thing?
In consuming.
Then it's an input graph. Make sense?
Can you explain the thing with the least common multiple again?
Do you know what a least common multiple is?
Yeah, like I can't.
It's the smallest number. Every number goes into evenly. So like we could use 48, but why? That's it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like,
So what's the smallest number they all go into evenly and make that a work day? Then how much did you make in that work day?
What do we need that for?
So this is an input graph, right? You can't make hours, so it's not like Brazil made 2 hours. That's not how it works. Brazil used 2 hours. So how do you interpret this then? It's inputs, go. Comparative advantage, who has it? Or absolute advantage.
Yeah, we do the thing like we said. We make it
So make it a work day, and then those numbers are the output you can make in a work day. Now, comparative advantage, it's what we've always done. Make sense? So we just convert it into the thing we know how to use and use it.
Can you explain the difference between comparative and absolute advantage again?
Absolute advantage is whoever can make the most of something. Comparative advantage is who can make the good at the lowest opportunity cost, as in give up the least of the other things to make it, or what they're best at. This is a bad example because you got to convert it first. Okay, let's move on to number 9. All right. A professor hires 2 aides. Okay, this is a comparative absolute advantage, right? In our detail. Assigned task of reading student papers and typing lecture notes. Ben can read 1 page per minute or type 50 words of notes. The other Anne can do 3 pages and 60 words. Okay, so Anne is better at both, has the absolute advantage in both, but she has a comparative advantage in which? Well, 1 to 3. Okay, she's 3 times better at reading pages, or 50 to 60. She's a little bit better at, what is that, typing? Typing. So which one does she have the comparative advantage in? Reading pages. That means Ben has a comparative advantage in typing notes. Good enough? Nice. There we go. Hey.
Could you convert it into a table so make it more?
Yeah, I mean, I would use a table or not. I mean, yes, that's a good idea. I would. All right. Any other questions? All right. So let's do 16. All right. So comparative absolute advantage seems to be the thing that you guys have a little trouble with. What can be concluded? Okay. All right. This one already converted this into opportunity cost. Okay. So you can't figure out absolute advantage from this because it doesn't say who makes the most numbers. So who makes the cheapest apples or oranges? Oh, I'm sorry, the cheapest apples?
X.
X does. Who makes the cheapest oranges?
Y.
There you go. So Y oranges, X apples. Yeah, X apples. There it is. Any questions on that one? That one already, remember the wording, it already calculated, did the math for you. So, easy question. Good enough? We'll do 17. Units of manufactured goods and services produced using 1 hour of labor. Okay, cool. So, manufactured goods and service goods. According to the information, which of the following statements is true if both countries have the same number of workers? Okay. A is the absolute advantage in both. You guys see that? And they have the comparative advantage. So A can do service, B does manufacturing. Good enough? So A is the absolute advantage in well, they do a manufactured, but not the comparative advantage. A is the absolute manufactured, but a comparative advantage in service. Yeah, that's right. I mean, A is the absolute advantage in both, but whatever. Good enough? All right. We'll do 19. Oh, there we go. What a great question. Notice consumer goods and capital goods. What's really special about this one is it says capital goods. And capital goods, what's capital?
Input. Research.
What? Not labor. What's capital?
Machinery.
Factors of production.
Man-made goods used to produce goods and services. You guys got it? What can make that curve grow in the long run? 5 things. More land.
More technology. Better technology.
Why would you do it out of order? 3 plus 2. Absolutely not.
More land, labor, capital.
More land, labor, and capital. Those are the 3, right? If you have more stuff, you can make more stuff. And any one of those, it's other 2, the gifts that keep on giving are what? Technology and human capital. Okay? Do not confuse capital goods with human capital. That's embarrassing in all fairness. Okay, so you've got these numbers here. The question says, of the feasible points of production above, producing at which point leads to the most economic growth in the future. You guys understand what future means? Guys, if you make more factories, what can you do?
Make more stuff.
Goods in the
Future.
long run, whatever you want to call it. You guys got it? So whatever is giving you the most capital, that would be it. So what is the option then?
N.
It's going to be N. I mean, in all fairness, M and J, but M is impossible. So
Wait, it's N?
yeah, November. M is impossible. J is inefficient, but J. Ooh,
Can you explain why point M, like Mary, is impossible?
because outside of the production possibilities curve,
So
the
is
curve that
the
shows the
curve-
production that's possible.
So the curve won't
So
like
it's-
grow.
It
after-
would in the future, but can you do M now?
No, okay.
In the future, you could if you made more capital goods.
So it would have to give me the future in order to be able, okay.
So November will be the best because it's on the curve, but like there's an argument to be made
And
about
then
J.
like J's inefficient, right?
Right.
So for the test for the unit, it's going to be phrased similar to the AP classroom questions.
Yeah. So N, it's on the curve. You guys got it? Okay. 21. Okay. Oh, it's like the same thing. Diamond shows function curves. If they choose B over A, they're worried more about the long run. So they're both efficient, right? B is just more capital goods, less consumer goods. So you'll have more future.
A.
Oh. Yeah, more future consumption for less stuff now. Yeah. less consumer goods so that we can make more stuff later.
Can you explain why B is wrong?
So the question says, society is using more current capital goods in exchange for less future consumption. No, you don't give up less future consumption because when you have capital goods, you use those to make what?
To make more consumption.
So we don't have to give up future consumption. In fact, we get more future consumption.
Okay, so you want more future consumption.
Well, do you like consuming things?
Uh,
Do you like consuming things? There's a right answer to this.
Yeah.
Yes, we all like consuming things. Who enjoys consuming things in here? Who's like give or take? Wrong. You like it. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Do you know what it means to consume something?
No. Well, no.
Yeah, I
Because
can
thought
tell.
it was.
I know the answer is
I
no.
don't like to keep buying things if I already have stuff. I'm more
Do you
of an
like using the things you have?
Yes.
Then you like consuming things. Would you like some more stuff?
No. Well, I don't like clutter.
Of course you would. Well, I didn't say clutter. I said, would you like more stuff?
Food.
Things that have utility for you.
That are beneficial to me. Yes, I would.
That's called consumption.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like, what about things that I hate? Yeah, not that. That's not consumption. Don't do that. We all get that. Okay. So it makes sense. Do you like to consume things, goods and services? Yes, there it is.
Okay.
All right. All good? All right, 22. Good on time here. All right, so is this an input graph or an output graph table?
Input
How'd you know it's an input table?
resource units.
Yeah, you don't make resources, you use resources. So you guys got it? Least common multiple would be what? This one's kind of a bummer.
30. Well, no, it's not 30.
No, 13
It's not
or
30.
90. 90 safe bet.
It's 90.
Just okay, for all of these questions, can't you just do what you would usually do and then reverse whatever you got?
Yeah, you can just do what you do, but then not that at all.
Yeah, but you
For
got
sure.
back reverse it.
No,
It's so much faster.
So, do you remember when I covered this and I said, you may find your own way of reading this and interpreting it? Because I can. Why do I not teach it then? Y'all have a hard time grasping it. And if you have your way, am I like, stop it, do it my way? No, not at all in this one. I told you that. You find your own way, great. Or I can teach you a way that's easy and will always work. So go do your thing. That's fine. If you want to come stand up here and break it down and see how well it works, you can. You're going to be disappointed. I'm not. I found a way it works. So least common multiple is
90.
90. So we just go ahead and convert these. So that means in a day, that'll be 9, 10 outputs, 18, and 30. Guys got it now?
So,
Omega has a comparative advantage in clothing, absolute advantage in both.
Mr. Osman, how'd you convert that into like actual output?
So you can't do workday because not hours, but essentially I did the same thing. Imagine you had 90 resource units. How much could you make with that of each good? These. These are your options.
You just kind of make them 100.
Least common multiple, right? I think 90 because it's the smallest number, all of them go into evenly. Because I want them going into evenly. I won't be like, well, that one could go into 3, but that's fine. It wouldn't work. So when they were saying 30, I'm like, 9 doesn't go into 30. So we could do 30 and use a decimal, and that's more difficult. So just 90. Divide numbers into it evenly. Voila, easy, whole number. You guys got it? So Omega will specialize in clothing, and Gamma will specialize in food. So whichever answer that's. Clothing and, oh, yeah, there you go. It's A. No?
B.
Oh, hold on, let me read it. Sorry, I couldn't read all of A. No, Omega will specialize in clothing. That's what it was. And Gamma in food. Yeah, there it is. B. That's what it is. Good enough? And we'll do our last one, which is 24. We can move on to unit 2 if you guys want. Part 2. All right. So assume the consumer is spending all their income on 2 goods, X and Y. The current consumption combination of 2 goods, margin utility per dollar on the last unit of X exceeds margin utility per dollar of Y. You guys remember that? bang for your buck formula. So we're getting good X is greater than good Y. So we should buy what? More of good X and or less of Y. Then we just look at that. More X and more Y. I mean, that would be nice. I kind of like that.
Why would that be a good idea?
Hold on. Purchase more units of X and less of Y. Yeah, that's actually going to be it. So why would, well, because if you have more stuff, will you be more better?
Yes. Okay, I get it.
But they should cross off.
Because I
Yeah,
thought
for
like by increasing both, like it wouldn't make a difference.
Well, it would, right? You had more total utility.
One final question. Could you go over 8?
Okay, real quick. So 20 seats, $10 per person. Oh, yes, he should accept the offer. So he already filled, so has he covered the cost of the trip? Cost him $140 to do the trip.
Yeah.
He sold 19 seats for $10 each. He made 190. So is he going to do it?
Yeah.
We're past the shutdown point, right?
Is 140 a lump sum cost? Because
Yes.
it already, no matter how many.
For any number of passengers. So is that a lump sum cost or not?
Yeah.
Yes. That'd be a fixed cost. You guys got it? But he's already made another 90. Now someone goes, I'll take a ride. There's no one else there, but I'll only pay $5. Should he make the deal or not? Assuming all the other passengers won't know. Of course. What does he get for that seat if he says no? Nothing. If he says yes, he gets what? Sell that seat.
So the 140 is just,
It's essentially, here's your shutdown point, and he's over it.
So he won't shut down, right?
Correct. So he'll definitely say yes.
so it's not like I guess like a fixed cost where you just 140 then everything.
It's
else
it's a fixed cost to do the trip, but you can always not bear the cost and not do the trip. It's kind of the wrong way to think of it as fixed cost.
It's kind
It's
of like
more like a variable.
but the
cost.
trip is always going to cost something regardless of what happens, but you don't risk like the cost if you don't do it at all, right?
All it's saying, hey man, it costs you $140 to take the bus out. You've already got $190 worth of revenue. Are you going on the trip? Yes, right?
Oh, okay.
Hey, you got an empty seat. And he goes, I'll give you $5 for that last seat. Do you take it or do you just say, no, man, 10 or nothing? And the guy says, no, for 10. Take it. You get $5 more. Sweet. Makes sense. That's all this is really saying. You guys got it? You guys want to start covering unit 2 since we have a little bit of time and we might not be able to get to it later.
You can go to number 25.
All right, let me get there. We'll start at the beginning so that tomorrow we can kind of pick up from there. Let me know. I want at least 2 hands for me to cover it. Number 1. Number 2.
You're number 2.
I need 2 people to care.
Oh,
Give me a
You want 2? Okay. 2 people care. Domain code for a known goods, search down for which of the following reasons. Income effect, substitution effect is probably your best options there. Know what those are. An increase in price of good induces consumers to purchase substitute products. That's the substitution effect. An increase in the price of good reduces consumers' purchasing power. That's the income effect. An increase in price of good increases consumers' utility from consuming the good. No, it decreases, increase their total utility, but not their marginal utility. So an increase in the price, does that make the good better?
No.
No, it just costs more. So not 3, it's definitely 1 and 2. That's income effect, substitution effect.
Okay.
That's it. You guys got it? Number 3. Number 4.
I remember someone said something about pickles, so.
Yeah.
This one.
Someone know about pickles? Let's talk about pickles. If the price elasticity supply for pickles is 2, price elasticity supply is 2, and the price of pickles increases by 10%, then the quantity supplied of pickles will increase by. Very good question. You should all know how to answer this. So when you see elasticity, what formula should be like right in your head?
Change in quantity over change in price.
So right away, percent delta Q over percent delta P. I say always think that, write it down, look at it. That's why you guys had trouble. How many of you guys wrote this down for the question? it equals 2. The price of pickles changed by 10%. Solve. 20%. Do you guys see how the answer is the formula?
Yeah.
The formula is the answer. Any questions? Yes, you need to be able to do this. That's a for sure. All right, number 5. If a 10% increase in price of good results in a 20% decrease in the quantity of good demanded, which of following is true? Did you write the formula out? And it was like percent delta Q over percent delta P. The price, 10% increase in the price of goods, so price goes up 0.1. 20% decrease. The quantity of the good, which of the following is true? It's very elastic. So let's see. No. Oh, this has nothing to do with income elasticity. Okay, I gotta make this go away. Good X. Wait. Is this X and Y? Ooh, I read it way too fast. So, good X and good Y is still -2, but do you guys see it's good X and good Y? Different goods, that means we're doing what kind of elasticity?
Income. Well, cross price.
Cross price. Negative means the two goods are what?
Complementary.
Complements or substitutes?
Compliments.
Complements. Okay, remember, just what are your go-to complements? Hot dog and hot dog buns. Price goes up, quantity of hot dogs, people buy less buns because of it. Negative relationship, yep, it's complements. So the cross price elasticity is -2 and they are complements. C.
So it's gonna be negative if one of them's going down.
No, if they disagree, a negative relationship means fight. Because here's the thing. Let's say they're substitutes like butter and margarine. If the price of butter goes down, what happens to the quantity of margarine? That would be a negative. Butter's cheaper. How much margarine do you buy?
More.
Butter is cheaper. How much margarine do you buy now?
Less.
Makes sense because you buy more butter. Oh, those are both negative, but a negative over a negative is a? That's a positive relationship. They go the same way. Negative relationships go opposite ways. You guys got it? All right, do a couple more. Number 6. Number 7. You just raise your hand for her?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Just cover it. All right. Which of the following changes in demand supply curve will necessarily result in an increase of both the equilibrium price and quantity of a good in the market? Super simple. This is what I mean by those reverse ones. Okay? They gave you the answer. Find the solution. Okay? So if we have this, and we'll do supply, and you know what, I'll throw the colors up here. Command, and we have guys got it? Now, the question is saying, we want the price and quantity to what? Increase. That means if we are right here, we want to increase quantity and increase price, we want to end up right here. Make sense? Guys, what shift of those lines could ever get us up there?
Increase in demand.
I can't. Oh, okay. Okay, so an increase in demand would do that. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
If they said, hey, I want the price to go up, but quantity to remain the same, just put a dot right there, or quantity be ambiguous change, what could get us there?
Increase in supply.
Decrease
Or
in supply.
Decrease.
Go higher.
No. What?
Increase in demand and decrease in supply.
Yes. Okay, ready? So if we, you said what? Decrease supply? So if we decrease supply, where's our equilibrium? not at the green dot. How do we get the equilibrium at the green dot though?
Increase in demand.
We'd have to bring demand here. Make sense? So that's why whatever they tell you, just essentially, where do I need to be? So draw your quick PQSD, go, how do I get here? Move the lines however you need. Guys got it? That's a really useful one. All right, we can do like one more. Maybe. 8. 8, okay, that's fine. You all just raise your hand when you see one other person. Oh. All right, points A and B. That is a change in what?
Movement, so it's a change in price.
Change in price, and that's a change in quantity demanded. Guys got it? So it says demand for good X, movement from A to B, most likely be caused by a decrease in the price is the only answer. Except, you guys, I bet I know the problem. Do you guys see a decrease in the price of the good?
No.
No. But what you guys don't see, which has to be there, why would the price ever be at point A? What does it mean for the price to just be at point A?
Something shifting
Supply.
supply.
The supply would have to be there, right? So how could we ever get to point B?
Supply decrease.
Supply has to increase. You guys got it? What would ever lower the price along the demand curve? A change in supply would. You guys got it? How many of you are looking for a supply shifter? You're like, haha, it's demand. Clearly not. Joke's on you. Supply would do that. So once we know that, an increase in supply, an increase in the price of good Z, no, that would be a substitute. So that's demand, consumers' incomes, demand, decrease in consumers' incomes, the demand shifter, a decrease in production costs for good X. There it is. Ooh, yeah. And then not a decrease in supply, an increase in supply.
Other than supply, what else would decrease price without
That's it.
changing? Oh, like that's the only thing?
What would ever just make the price go down? A price ceiling? I mean, yeah, kind of, but then supply and you have a shortage, so we wouldn't even be at point B, we'd be at some other quantity. So it doesn't work. So if you're going, how do we get from here to here? It is a change in quantity demanded, but supply, increase in supply would get us there. 9? 10? 11? Okay. This will be our last one. If an unusually cold summer destroyed a large portion of the bee population, the equivalent price and quantity of honey produced by bees most like. So what would that, is that a supply shock or supply shifter or demand shifter?
Supply shifter.
Increase or decrease supply?
Decrease.
Okay, so if we graph it out, and I strongly recommend that you do. And just to keep ourselves honest, we'll what's going to happen when we decrease supply?
Price will increase.
Quantity decrease.
Quantity will what?
Decrease.
Price will.
Increase.
There it is. When in doubt, graph it out. Did I use colors and fancy labels for all of this?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
need to on the exam?
Yes.
How long did that take?
10 seconds.
You understand? Graph it out. That's an easy, for sure, right answer, and not. I think it would be something like. So. All right, we will pick up on, I guess, 12 tomorrow. So we're seeing you guys there. Good luck.